I believe healing is possible, and I completely believe in revealing self-potentials as a force to stand up for life once more. I just wanted to be free and experience that freedom part of being human, just a human, without all those labels: Iraqi, women, liberal, without hijab, without anything. So it's like, I just want to be me. In 2001, my mother died to a sudden sickness, and my entire life completely changed. My mother was my friend and my divine support. When she died, the oxygen went out of the room. My entire life turned around. I was alone, wounded, and not able to cope with my architecture study. And I had to take care of my elderly aunt and faced all these challenges in Iraq. And when the war happened in 2003, that was really very hard to be accepted. I was able to overcome the pain of being abandoned by most of my family members after my mother passed away, when I found people in Baghdad in 2003 who believed in me and supported my writing skills to teach me how to be a journalist, and encouraged me to show my artwork and publish my first poems. My aunt and I had been kidnapped in Baghdad in 2006 by a militia called Saddam's Men of Sacrifice, Fida'in Saddam. And those 2 days that we spent in their house was actually another turning point in my life. It taught me another lesson, because at that time my aunt was 76 years old, and she was disabled, and she couldn't move. So that challenge about leaving her and run, or stay with her and accept our fate, whatever it's gonna be. And at that day I decided to stay with her, and I took that decision very deeply, that our lives gonna be together and we're gonna face everything together. They asked for money. We didn't have much. In the end, we lost our home. That's another lesson that taught me a lot. We are happy if we can make someone happy and safe. Facing death and being scared from being killed is not easy to be accepted and not easy to be processed. But I remember my emotions. I was very happy that I'm still alive, and I was very optimistic about what is next. Egypt was the first step in living reality with sort of safety and self-actualization. In Egypt, I started my life as a poet. I published many books, and I participated in many festivals, many poetry reading. I was awarded many times. Then in Egypt, I moved forward to next level of being in public as a TV host. And when I look back into that time in my life, I feel I was very fortunate. Like many Iraqis, I could no longer extend my visa. For that, I decided to leave, and my next step was moving to the United States. I still remember those 16 hours in the airplane I was looking out of the window, smiling, and it's like I had all these flashbacks from the past about all what I have experienced in my life, and at the same time I was grateful that I'm still alive and full with this energy. I packed everything in my suitcase, my books, my artworks, my experience as a TV host, all these things. And I was looking for new start in the United States. Those 16 hours has completely changed. Have I made a wrong decision to move to the United States? That was my big question at day one.
That's a huge challenge for anyone arriving, and for Iraqis in particular, because many of the ones who were coming here had professions in Iraq, or were well educated and were able, had careers there, and then to come here and work as a dishwasher or in hospitality can be very demoralizing.
I found myself no longer able to continue to work as TV host. Here was the shock that my language is not good enough to go and communicate or to express myself and tell people, hey, I'm a poet, I'm an artist, I have a book I want to write about my journey, my story, I have this passion about life. I couldn't do anything. Honestly, when I found myself, I'm tongueless, speechless. I don't have voice. That was the hardest moment.
I first met Rana, she came with a group from Studio Paz I gave a tour at the National Gallery of our artist book collection, since a lot of Studio Paz members are artists, writers, bookmakers. And she came on that tour, and so that was the first time I met her, but she didn't say very much at the time. I learned later that how new she was to this country and how self-conscious she was about her English language skills still.
I invited her to events at the studio because I wanted her to kind of share with other people, and she came to an event once where I had invited some other poets. And she heard some other people, and then she said, I don't know why you invited me because my poetry is all in Arabic. And everybody said, let's hear it.
حين ترجع يا صديقي زر بيتي وابحث في زواياه عن صورة عن ضحكة أو دمعة عنا وإنا مبعدون.
And then they just were silent when she finished reading, and they said, we don't know what you were reading about, but we can tell it's something really serious.
I was surrounded by my books, my artworks, those what I packed in my suitcase as something that encouraged me for a long time to be happy and to be safe. And now I'm surrounded by those books, shattered on the floor. I was filled with rage and disappointment. How could I go and tell people who I was? How could I tell people how I was transforming all these tragic events into creative outcomes? How could I, when I cannot even say a sentence in English? So that day has changed my life, because I decided I will be more than my social security number. I've been mostly self-taught in English. I started by listening to self-discovery, personal growth, and trauma healing lectures on YouTube. I learned both the language and the knowledge itself. Then I attended about 30 training to start my new career in the space of empowerment and leadership development. Here, I was fortunate to find people who were inspired by my story and how I was healing myself through creativity, my poems and my artwork.
When I see her today, I was like, I can't believe that was just like 3 years ago, that we did all this, and I'm very proud of her.
I've started a non-profit organization, Power of Life Now, to provide self-development programs in trauma awareness and healing, empowerment and leadership for vulnerable communities in the Middle East and people who have come from those circumstances and arrived in the United States as refugees, immigrants, and survivors.
He invited me to a group that is working on PTSD for women from Kurdistan.
We are here today to celebrate this power, the emergence of thousands of women who have escaped from ISIS captivation in Iraq and Syria.
It's just important to have that awareness as much as we can read in the news and read online. You know, to meet someone, to hear their story, you know, it really does compel you to want to take action and do your part.
I don't understand this ban thing at all. I mean, I understand it on an intellectual level. I know people are scared of people they don't know. But to keep people who are going through such horrific times and such a horrific event in their life, to keep them from being safe is just unbelievable. You would actually have something against people being safe.
Being a refugee is not a choice or looking for luxury. It's a fact I had to accept when I had to leave everything behind and run for my life. My transition to this country wasn't easy. I spent 4 years just to re-identify myself, to integrate, and to accomplish my goals here. I felt safe. What happened reminded me of that particular fear. Will I have to find a new home and start over again? I met my soulmate Hassan few weeks after I arrived in the United States. We've fallen in love and decided to share this journey. He gives me trust, love, and support every day.
I felt really want to know her more. From her stories, from her what she faced in her life, I felt that this is the person that I really want for my entire life. The other thing that really made me decide to go through this relationship, and I know it's going to be successful, is about how she take care of her hands.
أحبها بنتي هاي أنا ربيتها من هي صغيرة.
I just find that is unbelievable, because in a world where families are so torn apart or so far away or not connected even if they're close by, to be her aunt is such a part of her life. It's incredible, and she's taking her along and she's trying to, you know, make it good for both of them.
تجيني الممرضة كل أسبوع تاخذ دم من عندي وتفحصني يا عيني خوش بليها محبابة.
I don't want anyone to suffer. I dreamt of a world filled with love and peace, where people can prosper in grace and dignity. For that, I decided to share my story. لا تتعجب، الكون حليفك، الإشارات تعاويذك التي لا تندمل، التحم واعتنقها. ما لك غير انشراحة المعنى ومنك الإعجاز، تفتح السماء لك أوعيتها. حلق، توحد، تقدس.